How many of you had a chance to ride a roller coaster? Can I see a show of hands? Very good. I was never too thrilled about heights. I love to travel. But I don't enjoy turbulence while flying. And I don't think any one of you in this room enjoy this. I'm not a roller coaster type of person. But at the same time, I had a desire, since I was a child, to try a ride in a roller coaster. I used to visit lots of parks, but never got the courage and the guts to try a ride. Despite my fear, I always had this burning desire to try at least one ride. I went many times to many parks. I was about to go to the loading zone, and then my fear used to keep me off. I was very reluctant, very hesitant. I don't want to take this opportunity. Many times I went to the standing in the queue. Many times I went and I bought the ticket and I was directed to the loading zone, and then I backed off because of my irrational fear of roller coaster. Countless time I did it. Countless time I went to the loading zone, and countless time I backed off. Before I continue with my personal experience with the roller coaster, I would like to explain the psychology behind the fear of roller coaster. Actually, there are two main elements behind the fear of roller coaster. There is acrophobia and elignophobia. Acrophobia is the fear of heights, while elignophobia is the fear of vertigo. Vertigo is dizziness due to heights. While there is many variables, many other elements that play a role in the fear of roller coaster, these two types of phobia are the most applicable in my case. I was at that time reaching the college. I used to envy my colleagues because I used to imagine myself going through life doing the type of challenges they used to do. That's how one day I decided, the next time I get the opportunity, I need to get a ride in the roller coaster. This was back in 2001 while visiting my cousin in Paris. He insisted on visiting the Euro Disney. Of course, I was trying to create lots of excuses, lots of reasons. None of them were valid. None of them were genuine. I was cornered one day and he asked me to go, and I said, this time, let me try it. We went there, we stand in the queue, we bought the ticket, and then we went inside. We had a round, we had few games, we enjoyed it. Then we went to the scariest part. Of course, this time I don't want to shatter my pride, my self-esteem, my self-respect, especially when I saw teenagers in the age of 14 and 15 taking their position in the queue. I said, I promised myself I don't want to go back. Especially when I saw these teenagers taking their role and their position in the queue, I said, no way. I don't want this to happen anymore. I hide my irrational fear from roller coaster. I took my role and my position in the queue and waited quietly. Then, after a while, I was moved to the loading zone. This is where a ride attendant comes in with this big smile. He briefs you about the safety instruction. Of course, you don't remember anything of what he's saying because your mind is somewhere else. But I still remember his last statement when he said, enjoy the ride. Scream as loud as you can if you feel like throwing up. Then I told myself, what a start. What an encouragement. I wanted to back off, but it was too late. Because till this stage, you can still think about it, because you can always back off. But I said no. I gathered my courage, and then I stepped into the car. I fastened my seat belt and waited quietly. Few minutes later, we start going up to the hill. It was too long. Usually it takes 1 to 2 minutes, but for me it was 1 to 2 hours. And then, while going up, I look around, I realize how high I am. I start freaking out. Then we reach the peak. We pause for a while, and then suddenly we move down very fast, except for your stomach. You always feel that it's left behind. Then you go inside a tunnel, a dark tunnel. Then you go up, then you go down, then a free fall, then left, then right, an extreme left, extreme right, and then you go over a loop. You go upside down, and then slowly, you start slowing down, and then you stop completely. You step out from the car, your head is spinning, your legs are shaking, and then it takes 2 to 3 minutes for your brain to understand what's happening. This feeling you get is really amazing. There is no word can describe this feeling. I think the only word I can come up with is overwhelming. It's really one of the scariest things that I have ever done in my life. Dear colleagues, this roller coaster experience taught me a lot. It helped me to know better about my fear and my limits, and how to conquer my phobia. We as a human being has lots of fear and phobia. We fear of being rejected. We fear of failure. We fear of being objected. We fear of being criticized. Believe me, the only cure to overcome those fears is by taking necessary action and facing them. We should face them with the courage, with a brave heart. Any one of you in this room might have some phobia which is preventing him from excelling in life, from reaching new heights, from getting to new levels. Once you face those phobias, you will become the conqueror of your fear. I had a phobia. I face it. If I did it, why can't you do it? Thank you. Over to you.